Hey there, I'm Aki and welcome back to 50 random facts about Subnautica. I tried keeping them somewhat useful, but they're random facts, so you may or may not already know them. Also, spoilers. Now first, you can actually get oxygen back by eating raw bladderfish. So if you're ever about to suffocate, see if you can't just bite a chunk out of a poor bladderfish to survive. Now I have no idea how we actually found out about this, since I can't seem to find anything about it in the game. But hey, it works! Terraforming was removed in early access due to it apparently being really buggy and causing a lot of lag in the game. But was it really? Yes it was. But the terraformer actually still exists. You can spawn it in with a special command and try to use it, but sadly it won't actually terraform. It's kind of a shame that this model with all the details and all the cool animations has never been used in the game. And sadly, it also doesn't look like it's coming back for below zero. Unenrolled Entertainment almost went bankrupt multiple times while working on Subnautica. And according to them, they were saved by YouTubers promoting the game. I feel special! At least, that's what they said in a personal letter to Jacksepticeye, which they sent to him when Subnautica released.
They gave me the code and everything, and then they said, I also want to take a moment to thank you so incredibly much for your support. You've helped our studio so much. We almost went out of business a couple of times before you started playing Subnautica. Seeing your crazy adventures and listening to your zany humor lifted us up many times and helped us keep moving forward. And now thanks to you, the world knows about the game and we're living the dream.
These are all YouTuber items that are in the game. Hull plates for Bikeman, Eat My Diction, Gilathis, IGP, Jacksepticeye, Lord Minion, Markiplier, and And Moiskerm. I hope I pronounced that correctly. There are also the Septic Tank and the Markiplier doll from Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. Flares are actually more than a bad version of a flashlight. I only learned about this myself like a few weeks ago, which is kinda sad considering I've been playing this game for almost 5 years. You can distract creatures with flares. Like what? You're telling me I could have avoided all the screaming and crying because I had a bone chug on me for 5 minutes by simply throwing a flare? Somehow I missed the tooltip. Might be because I haven't crafted flares since like 2016, but still, come on! Talking about light sources, if you shine some light on bloom plankton, it lights up for a certain amount of time. Now you might be asking, but Aki, what is bloom plankton? Well, bloom plankton is actually a creature of sorts that was never implemented. It's supposed to be a lot of tiny glowing creatures that retain the light you shine on them for a little while. The whole swarm is only a single entity in the game though, and you have to spawn it in manually. I really wish they added some of these to the void. I feel like that would have made it a lot more interesting. Just a bunch of tiny creatures lighting up as you make your way through the void, maybe alerting ghost leviathans to where you are. Do you recognize these guys? Yeah, I don't like them either, but I love these guys. They're so adorable. At least until you find out that they were actually the ones meant to explode. Huh. Suddenly, they're a lot less cute. Basically Mine Turtle at this point. Hello! But hey, we're lucky that the devs decided to make this guy explode and not our cutie. And another one about the Cuddlefish. It was actually meant to be an early access exclusive for quite some time. That means if you bought the game after the full release, you wouldn't have had any Cuddlefishes in your game. I actually really like this idea, but sadly they changed their mind just before release. But hey, at least we all get to cuddle a fish now. Oh my god, that pun was awful. You never actually leave the planet. Yep, you heard me right. When you lift off in your rocket, the only thing that happens is there's a massive planet moving around on the actual planet. And there's a fancy warp tornado thingy playing in front of your cockpit. Yep, you're still stuck here. Kinda cool to see this though.
Approaching orbital debris field. Orbital debris field clear. Performing gravity turn maneuver. Nearest interstellar phase gate.
The Aurora used to be two-dimensional. Yep, they just slapped a picture of a giant crashed spaceship in the distance and didn't expect anyone to go to it. Needless to say, that didn't really work. The next point is actually the reason they changed it to be 3D. They track your every move. Okay, that might sound a little creepy, but it's for your own good, trust me. They have statistics on everything, and I mean everything. They know where a lot of people swim to, they know what types of base modules are used most, they even know if you put a cuddlefish in a bioreactor. Don't put a cuddlefish in a bioreactor. They use that data to improve the game. For example, after they saw a lot of people were excited about the Aurora, they made it explorable. Obraxis, which is one of the devs that worked on the game, told me what he found most frustrating to work on in Subnautica. Multiplayer. Wait. It was all a lie. How could they not tell us? They've been working on it all this time. What do you mean multiplayer? Is it co-op? Why is it not added yet? How could they do this to us? I hate them. That is so not fair. I want multiplayer. Why didn't they show us earlier? Multiplayer? I really want to play this now. Oh, never mind. It was actually terraforming. It seems to have been really hard to implement, and after they had to get rid of it, it sadly only remains as a dev tool to edit the world. There's an alternative dialogue, monologue, for when you don't make it to the Sunbeam landing site in time.
Picking up orbital transponder signature of trading vessel Sunbeam. Vessel is approaching planet's surface and initiating surface scanning procedures. Detecting massive power surge from anomalous contact. Energy discharge detected. Vessel signature lost.
It's basically just your PDA describing what's happening. Now, some of you might have already known that, but I feel like a lot of people are actually at the Sunbeam landing site when it arrives, since you get a whole quest about it and stuff. And there's also another Sunbeam ending in case you disable the quarantine enforcement platform before it arrives. Now, this is kind of difficult to do in survival, but if you want to know how to do it, I've linked a video by Nuiman down in the description. It'll show you in detail what to do. Here's what it sounds like once you've successfully deactivated the gun before the Sunbeam arrives. Sadly, you don't get rescued, they just tell you they can't land because of the debris field in the orbit around the planet.
Aurora survivors, this is trading ship Sunbeam. We've tracked your distress signal, but your ships left a substantial debris field up in orbit, and we can't attempt a landing. We're gonna have to head home. We'll send our data to Altera as soon as we can. Hold on in there. Sunbeam out.
So technically this is actually the only way for you to save the Sunbeam, by them not even attempting to land on the planet. And lastly, I still don't have a hull plate. Okay, that's not really a fact about Subnautica, but hey, it's my video, I can do whatever I want. I can also ask you to subscribe to me, because only 7% of people are subscribed, which is not a lot, and I'm kind of sad about that. But I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to leave a like, and a huge shout out to my patrons and channel members for supporting me. You guys are awesome, and I hope you enjoy your special perks. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye!
Three.